Azure Cosmos DB is Microsoft's globally distributed multi-model database service built to deliver high availability, scalability, and low latency access for modern applications. Hi, I'm Michael from Veeam, and in this demo, I'm going to show you how to protect your Cosmos DB account and explore the recovery options available to ensure your data is secure. Let's start by heading over to our Policies tab, our databases, and this time Cosmos DB. Again, I've created the job, but let's quickly just run through what that policy looks like. So we've given it a name, we've chosen our source, and when it comes to particularly choosing our databases, we could do it based on subscription, resources, tags, as well as that Cosmos DB account, which is what I've chosen for this particular backup policy. We then get to choose what the continuous backup settings are, whether it's the 7-day or the 30-day. This is configured on your Cosmos DB, as well as then enabling the backup repository, in particular for PostgreSQL, off to our blob environment. The credentials in which we want to dive into the database and have that processing power, that's that processing options and that user. A simple schedule, and then the estimated monthly cost is going to give you an idea of how much this is going to cost if you want to keep that amount. And then we have our final logs and health check against that. So then from a restore perspective, if we go into Cosmos DB and we select our database, we've got two options: point in time restore, or equally from that repository, from the blob storage. We can restore to a point. I don't have many options, but I can go through. You can see that slider gives me the option to go through that continuous backup that we now have available to us. We then choose the service account that we want to use, i.e. going to have permission to be able to manipulate those snapshots, or at least present those snapshots. We're then going to say, where do we want to restore it? In my case, I only have the UK South region, and then what is the target account name? So again, we could put in something like test cluster, so that we can provide that restore capability to a test and dev type environment, as well as sending it back to its original location. Finally, we provide a reason for auditing. Why are we doing this? And then hit next and run through that. Again, I'm not going to run through that. We also have from repository, so this is from the blob storage. Ultimately, the wizard looks very similar. You just basically choose where it's coming from. You don't have the slider, and you run through that same process. The adoption of managed database services like Cosmos DB in Microsoft Azure is growing rapidly, and it's exciting to see how businesses are using it to innovate. Don't miss our next demo, where we'll dive into protecting Azure files. See you there.